Is your snowblower just not blowing the snow as far as you would like it to? Is your neighbor's new machine outdoing yours and throwing it 20 feet further? Well, in today's episode, we're going to fix that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my tiny garage. We've all been there, right? We're trying to get through the heaviest, wettest snow of the season, and the snowblower just isn't having it, right? It's just not throwing it very far. We're out trying to clear the end of the lane where there's snowplows just like to pile 30 feet of it up all at once and just think that we're just going to get through it, right? Well, I aim to fix that on today's video. So what the problem is most of the time is there is a gap on that inner second stage auger, and the snow just doesn't get a good lift on it, right? You got gap there between the housing and the fins, and the snow just gets in there and just gets all messed up, and it just doesn't work as well as it should. Well, there's a solution to that. In this box here we have a kit, and all it is some bolts, a little bit of hardware, but the real fix to this is rubber extensions. And all we got to do is put these rubber extensions on that auger, and that's going to simply fill the space up between those auger fins and the housing itself. So let's just go ahead and get started on that. Let's get started here by removing the chute so we can get down into the auger flighting hole. Now that our chute's out of the way, we can see a little bit better what's going on. So you can see how big of a gap that is in there. So what we're going to try to do is fill that gap up. So here's the rubber biscuits that they send you, which are, as we can see, pretty much too long. So what we'll have to do is trim these so that they fit. Might be easier if we just take a measurement. Kind of see what we're working with here a little bit better. Okay, so if it's laying down in there comfortably, I'd say about 2 1/4. 2 1/4 is kind of what it's looking like. So how does that fall up here? So 2 1/4. It's going to be pretty well on each side of that hole. So I think what I'll do is I'll line it up kind of evenly on either side of that hole, cut it down, and see how it fits here. Right about there looks good. Mark there. Put a mark there. Use our straight edge. I'll probably just go ahead and use the straight edge to cut that off. Probably just be easiest of all to make sure we get it correct. So it's pretty tough. Almost like it's some kind of a conveyor belt almost. There we go. There's one. Get the other side. Okay, there is our biscuit. Let's see how well it fits. Looks like it fits pretty well in there. Sure does. So now we want to hold it up in there so it's almost touching the side. You don't want it quite touching, but very close. Something about like that. And then let's go ahead and mark our holes. Okay. Let's get them drilled out and ready for our bolts. The bolts they gave us are 5/16, but I'm going to start on the smaller side and see if we can't get it started. I was able to get a punch down in here and put a little divot dent and where we're going to start to hopefully give us a little bit better luck at getting this drilled out. This is a very awkward thing to do. I'm having to use my hand through the front to hold the bottom of the auger and then drill down from the top. See if we can go up to 5/16 or not. Those are bolts fit through. Yes, they sure do. All right. Blow some of those chips out of here. So what they gave us to use is these brackets right here. And the idea of this is to put them over top like here, so it spreads out your weight. Our auger flighting in there is curved at the end, so it's not going to work very well unless we cut these down. I don't really want to cut these down, so what I'm going to substitute to do instead is just use a washer on the bolt, just like so. You'll notice that there's a thicker side of rubber and a thinner side, so make sure that thicker side is towards the actual snow throwing side. Just putting the nuts on the bottom right now. There's one started. See if we can get the other side on. There we go. There's the other side. Alright, so these are 1/2 inch. So I'm going to use a long extension with an impact gun. Get down in there to tighten these. And we're going to remember, we don't want it tight up against the side. We want it close. So what I'm going to do to kind of assist me with that is I'm actually going to use, or try to use, that spacer that they sent along. See if we can't slide this in there between them and pinch it. That'll set our gap. If it'll stay there while we're tightening it, that would be almost ideal. Put a wrench on the bottom, hold it tight with my finger. There we go. Take our spacer out, and there. And we have a little bit of room for that to spin around. There we go. Yeah, bigger washer working out a little bit better. Let's just go ahead and change the other one there too. There. That's a little bit better. Okay. Very good. So that helped immensely with taking up some of that gap. Alright, all we got to do is repeat that 2 more times. This one only has a 3-flight auger. Repeat that 2 more times. We should be good to go.
Well, how far do we think we went? Let's walk it off here and see how we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is about how much it was doing before, right about 15 feet. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25. So we gained maybe roughly 10 feet. 10 feet of throwing distance. I think that's pretty good. Better than what it was. I had a pretty big gap in that one, so pretty happy with that outcome.
Well, there you have it. Simple as that, or not as simple as that. Pretty easy modification to do. You just got to watch out for all the finger smashers and pinchers along the way, and they sure got me a few times. A little bit of a tight spot to work into, but once you get it, you can get it. It's not terrible. Should really help things out, get that gap closed up there, give you a whole lot more throwing power, and keep more material moving out the chute. It doesn't get stuck down there as easy. So if you want to try this modification out, you've got two different kinds to choose from. You have either a 4-fin or a 3-fin impeller usually. I will leave links to both of those down in the description below. They are affiliated links. This channel does get a commission off of those if you choose to purchase and help out the channel that way. Drop a comment down below if you decide to try it. Let me know how it goes for you, if it works or doesn't work, or if you have any suggestions or thoughts. If you'd like to see more of this content or content like it, please subscribe. There's plenty more on the way. Hit that thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.